Part part two. Number one, in part one, you actually covered a lot of ground that I was in a lot of questions. You make my job a lot easier here.
Well, that's good.
Are you having fun so far?
Oh, it's great. I'm having a lot of fun.
I see you relaxed, and like I told you about my rules.
Yes.
That you thought I was gonna be real strict, but I was like, no, we relax, we chill out, we have a conversation.
Definitely.
Okay. The first thing I want to touch on is before I move forward is going back to something you said about how the agricultural part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the Agriplex, which used to be Ag Hall.
Yes.
Same building, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they have the exhibits and also the judging for everything from pies to
Pumpkins.
even something you didn't know about Lego exhibit.
Yes. I'm gonna have to check that out this year. I'd like to see that.
Now, my favorite part, one of my favorite parts about the fair, even though I've kind of like burned out from it and bored with it, is they actually have like like a true county or state Pennsylvania State fair. Is they have the cooking competitions.
Yeah.
So have you been to those?
Not recently, no. The last ones I was at was probably younger,
Okay.
but I'd like to see those again too. Last couple of years, when we do get a chance to go, I like going and seeing the livestock. They're my favorite. I mean, we walk around the whole fair, never go on any of the rides, ever. We don't do that. And the concerts, they're pretty expensive, so we don't really bother with that either. We walk around with the
Besides, you can
livestock.
stand outside the gate and just
I know.
okay, you
I
can't see
literally
them,
sit on
so
my-
who cares?
I literally sit on my front stoop and hear it, because
Yeah.
the acoustics from all the way on this part of the West End is perfect.
Yeah.
If it's Billy Joel singing Piano Man, you can hear lyric by
Yeah.
lyric, word by word. You can hear everything. Why go in and pay? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not right there, but you can hear it.
Yeah. And how many times you actually? It's like to get done with the light show and everything. It's like, okay, my ears are blown out. That's supposed to happen in concert. But how long is it going to take for me to get the vision back?
Exactly. And here, when you're sitting up here on the stoop, you don't have that problem, and it's free, and you don't hear all that extra noise.
Yeah.
You know, of people screaming right in your ear. It's just.
Or
music.
people bumping into you and
Yeah, knocking your soda out of your hand, being like, "Hey, watch it."
yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
Now I want to move forward and touch on something that and by the way, off camera was nothing secret or nothing hidden. But just kind of wondered about a couple of questions I had coming up. Now you said that being the queen of the fair started only 10 years ago, which I figured would have been a lot longer.
Actually, that's the funny thing. It started. Well, it stopped for a while. It actually started, I want to say, about the year 1984. It was way back then, and I think they had more.
Just after dinosaurs stopped walking the earth. I'm
Yes.
47, so I can joke around about that.
Yeah. So it was just about then. But then something happened. It went for a couple years, and then it died off. And whatever reason it was, I'm not actually sure. I wasn't alive then, so I don't know. But
You missed a great decade.
this man, his first name was Albert. His last name, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what his last name is at the moment. But there was an award made in his name. He brought back the Allentown Fair Queen competition, and now it's in its 10th year. He died a couple years back. But one of the things that was said to have been dedicated to him was an award for the Allentown Fair Queen. There are 3 categories. There's one, the winner, runner-up, and then there's best speech. And the best speech is, the award is given in his name. It's called the Albert, whatever his last name is, award. And it's important. I want to remember the last name. I'm going to have to research it. But, so there's 3 different categories that you could win while being in the competition for the Allentown Fair Queen. Now, there's only 5 contestants this year. I'm one of 5, so 3 out of 5 are going to be walking away with an award. That's kind of cool. I mean, either way, everybody gets a lanyard to walk around the fair for the whole week for free. The winner gets.
That does actually, because of
That's pretty cool.
and not only that, but I hate to say it, the price of the admission of the fair, that can save you some serious bucks.
Oh, it can. Fun fact. The first fair that was ever done was actually to get in was 12.5 cents. That's not much at all compared to what you got to pay now to get in.
But back at that time,
it was a lot actually. Being I guess 1870s. 15.5 or 12.5 cents. I mean, was a lot. I don't know exactly how much it was compared to like now, but like the ratio, but it was a lot then.
Yeah.
But still, to us, if it was only 12.5 cents, that would be great. But unfortunately, hey, that money at least is going to the fair and to City of
Right.
Allentown, and so I mean, all the money's going to good things, but it's not the same as it was back in the day.
Now, I hate to interrupt, but I naturally think fast.
Yeah.
You mentioned about the essay contest, and your parents, I mean, I can ask for better friends than your parents. I'll be honest
Aw.
with you, you know, like I told you, in last year, 2017, they gave me a Christmas present that I will never forget. Your
Yes.
parents are great people and great friends.
Aw.
You are great. You are truly a great
Thank
person.
you.
You know, when I arrived and I was eating some excellent homemade food, you know, and we were talking. One of the things that I really like about this competition is it's not a beauty contest.
It's not at
based
all.
it's based on who you are and your intelligence, not okay, how much money can I dump into the makeup, to my body to look perfect.
That's
That
what's so
it's
nice.
focused it's focused on, and there's actual judges. It's not like, and if people
Miss
get
America, you mean?
if people get pissed off at me for years, like how everything's, you know, the best stuff here, where it's basically just a high school level popularity contest. This is actually
It's
a very
not at
serious
all.
competition where you actually have to think, and you actually have to work hard for it, even to get in. Am I correct?
It's true, because, you know, of course they want to appeal to a good group of people, but, you know, some people don't get in at all, and some people, you know, don't even know about it, even though it's publicized and all that. I actually found out through a friend on Facebook, actually, tagged me in this post, reposting about the Allentown Fair Queen, and then I looked into it and I thought, maybe I could try this. I had to write an essay, 300 words or less. Now that's kind of hard, especially when you have to include a lot of information. But I did it.
That's kind of like me doing an article in 3 minutes. No, can't happen.
It's going to be hard because you have to condense everything. I needed to really think things through. I needed to rewrite, erase, rewrite, erase.
You actually did it by hand?
Yeah, I didn't type anything. I can't.
My respect.
Well,
I get a hand cramp writing my own name
oh, it
now.
happened to me too. I had to shake my hand out like 300 times, but it was worth it because it was heartfelt written, and some of it I thought, if I have to read any of this in front of an adult audience, you know, I got to make sure like what I'm writing is appropriate. Everything's, you know, like right for like an adult audience, not for talking to other teenagers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and you got to add in a lot of the history and everything else that was put in. And so, you know, you got to think of all these different aspects.
You gotta do a Cliff Notes version of like basically the
Pretty
history of
much.
the Allentown. You have to do like
Basically,
a
yeah.
Cliff Notes version of it.
It's pretty cool, though. I had a lot of fun doing research. Oh, one really cool fact I found out. What was the year? I think it was 1974. Liza Minnelli was having a concert at the Allentown Fair. It was one of the attractions that year, 1974. And she actually delayed her concert that evening because Nixon was giving his resignation speech.
Yes.
Over broadcasting system. I guess they had something at the fair too with like loudspeakers, and it was it had something to do with the radio. So she
Public broadcasting system.
That's what it was. Public broadcasting systems. Thank you. And she delayed her concert so that people could hear Nixon's speech. And so she didn't go on until about an hour after the speech ended. And then, you know, she did her show. And you know what she did? She outnumbered any other ticket sales before that time that night. And she blew them out of proportion.
Wow.
Like, it was amazing. Like, they actually didn't have enough room for all the people that came to see her in the grandstand. So, like, they had to set up other chairs and things on the outskirts. You know, people were sitting around. People were standing. People loved her.
Yeah.
You know, they paid her a lot of respect. So,
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli.
Now, one thing. Here's another thing I like that you and your family told me that there's 3 judges for it.
There are.
But you basically won't know who the judges are until the night of the competition.
Idea. Nobody will say anything. You know, there's no favoritism.
That's what I like, because without knowing who the judges are, there cannot be, oh, well, this person was played favorite, that person was played favorite, you know. They talked to somebody ahead of time, so that's one of the things that actually, it gives a lot of credibility. It does give it a lot of credibility. Sure. Now, I'm going to touch on one last thing. We're going to take another break and then wrap it up.
Okay.
What made you decide to go into this pageant or contest?
Well, I really like history, like a lot. So when I heard that this was going on, I'm like, hey, I live in Allentown. Maybe I could try this. Maybe I could, you know, I like writing. I mean, I'm not as good as maybe some other people are who are actually other contestants like me, but like, you know, I've had way more experience.
You made it into the 5.
I made it into the 5. I was really happy. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is something great. I've never done something like this. And I do like the fact that it's not a beauty contest. It's not, oh, go put on a swimsuit and wear platform heels. It's not that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's really nice, and it's based on.
You're being obscenely nice about that part too.
Thank you. I'm trying. But it's pretty cool. So anyway, so the reason why I really wanted to do it though is because once I was told about it, I was like, this sounds like something, you know, I'd really be interested in. And I dug a little bit deeper, and I really found out more about what this Fair Queen competition was really about. And once I found out what it was really about, I was like, you know what, that makes me like it even more. So then I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. And I wrote the essay in about 200, I think it was like 77 words, so I did it in less than the 300, because it couldn't be over that. And then I had to type in the little bio, and I was like, you know what, I think this is going to be alright, you know. But again, I've never really done something like this before. This is pretty new. But it's cool. And I've met some cool people through doing this. And this Saturday coming up, we're going to be making a quilt. Me and the 4 other girls and the other people who are on the committee, we're going to be doing this quilt. I think it's at the fairgrounds or something. And we're going to be putting it together, and it's actually going to be at the competition. It's going to be August 12th at the Christopher's restaurant or something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. And goofy place for it, I guess, but I don't know. But this quilt's going to be there. It's going to be hanging up, and I guess whoever's actually not nominated, whoever actually wins, it's going to be behind them when their picture's taken. Mm-hmm. So it's going to look really cool, and we're going to be designing that on Saturday coming up.
Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I also love researching history, so, you know, to find all these facts and try to put them in some sort of an order. It's not easy, but it's fun.
And also try to learn about how they past mistakes, and basically like a historian but a scientist combined.
Yeah, actually, it really is. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And,
well, we're gonna take a break for part 3. Gonna wrap it up. Promise part 3 will be under 5 minutes, I think. And thank you so. And by the way, thank you so much for your time doing this.